Good morning, Bravehearts, and good morning, Garfield, New Jersey. Welcome back to Marv in the morning. Feels good to be here. You know who I am, Marv, the producer, the Mr. Podcast guy. And, we're reviewing podcasts. What can I tell you? It's the number 4 podcast in the world is what we're reviewing today. My favorite murder. Their favorite murder. They have some favorite murders. They have some murders that they favor. And, hey, to each their own, I guess. You know what I mean? But thank you for being here. You know, if it's your first time here, of course, make sure you subscribe if you like what you're hearing. Give it a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing. Hit the notification bell with a little if you like what you're hearing. And, we got to handle some business. But if you're watching post live, you can definitely skip ahead to the meat and potatoes. Timestamps will be in the description. Man, last night, 7 p.m., YouTube, Bravery Studios YouTube channel, we dropped the Matt Zaytoon episode, and let me tell you, the reaction has been awesome. Thank you for everybody that came through the watch live. This is definitely, I think, one of the most watched episodes on the premiere day, so that's definitely the time frame I got to keep for dropping episodes for sure. And let me tell you, man, sitting with Matt for that hour, there's a lot going on. I tried to do it with like a live audience. I tried to do it with normal things just happening in the background, and I don't know if I'd ever do that again. I think I need to be in a controlled environment. I think that's what kind of made it a little more difficult to do that episode, but we made gold still. Either way, gold came out of that. Matt walked us through his life story. He's talked about his upbringing in West Patterson, family, kidnapping an old lady. You gotta watch it. It's not as bad as it sounds. To living on top of a karate dojo with like a giant Dominican guy body slamming people, and then to living in Cali, living on a weed farm, going to film school. All that jazz. This guy's done a lot of jazz in his life. He's lived the life that I wish I lived sometimes. Sometimes I wish I could be that guy, just go across the country. So I definitely envy him. And, I built a brotherhood with this guy. I think I've known him for about a year now. And it's been all but great things happening. We're going to work together on projects. We're gonna definitely get a lot of things moving. I did record the video for that episode, but with how long we went for, the camera battery started dying, the memory card started getting filled up. It just was like, let's just make this an audio episode, and maybe somewhere in the future we'll release the uncut version for everybody to watch. But for now, I think we have gold still there up on YouTube. And thank you once again for everyone that was watching. Great time, good vibes for sure. Great time and good vibes. And I got to do a part 2. We actually did record a dialogue of just about film. It's not necessarily a continuation to that first episode. It's more like, hey, let's chop it up about movies. It's for big movie heads, cinema files, so that's in the stash. That might release sometime in January because that's going to come out. I have that scheduled already. So, I could sit down and talk to Matt all the time. I mean, I'm there like every other week. I'm at Prototype. So, I can record an episode with him whenever. So, maybe we'll do a Marv and Matt podcast and or something, I guess. But, yeah, man, Matt's my dude. That's my dude right there. Hella proud of him. And happy to have him in my inner circle. Happy to be in his inner circle. And, we're going to do big things. We're going to do big things, man. I love you, brother. We're going to do very, very mondo big things. So, be on the lookout for that. And this is like Matt week because he's coming on the Mina Mendoza show tonight. Shout out to Mina. I don't think we planned it that way. Like, hey, I'm gonna drop this, and then he's gonna go on your show the next day. But he's doing a press run. This guy. Shout out to Matt with his press run. Um, yeah, dude. Keep on rocking. Keep on striving. Get on more shows. Get your face more out there, bro. Because your Pattersonian page is awesome. People have been telling me about it. People have been talking to me about it. So, yeah, dude. Definitely check out Matt. Check out all his socials. Check out his YouTube. Look at what the man's done. Yo, we got Big Daddy Alucard in the building. Yo, Alucard, you came late to the interview, bro. I don't know if I could have you here today, man. You missed out, bro. Talking about avocados over here. Which reminds me, I need to go get some more avocados. Actually, ran out of avocados like a couple days ago. So I try to eat one avocado every day, and I'm out of them right now. So I gotta go get more. Maybe Alucard, you can go get me some avocados. I think it will make up for you showing up late to the premiere of the Mazday Tune episode, bro. You gotta go get some avocados for me. It's the only way. It's the only way you want to let you make up for it. For sure. Yeah, avocados should have been in your outro. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think avocados is gonna be like the logo and everything. I think I should just base this whole show off avocados going forward. I'm gonna eat avocados here. I'm gonna review avocados. Imagine reviewing avocados. Yo, this is my welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I review avocados. Yeah, avocado reviews coming soon. Yeah, and look out for that. Look out for that for sure. But yo, yeah, shout out to Matt. Like I said, go check out the Mina Mendoza show tonight. Maybe I could put the link in the chat, so you guys can see that. That'll be kind of like a part 2 to what he's doing too. Let me see. Yeah, I have the ability to do this in a smooth fashion where it will not, create dead space in the podcast. Let's see. Mina Mendoza show. Copy the link. Share it. Copy. Let's see. Can I get back to my own video now? Hey. And then hold the phone, paste it, and then pin it to the top. Can I pin my comment or no? Dost thou have... No, because I'm actually under the Bravery Arcade account. That's why I can't pin it. I didn't mod myself. All right, well, you guys can't see that link, but it's there. But yeah, man, Matt, love you, bro. Big things coming. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, guys, of this the number 4 podcast in the world. Sometimes my hand blends in with the background. Wait, I thought I was gonna sneeze, but I didn't. Good. Okay. My favorite murder. The name of this podcast is called My Favorite Murder. I was very much not looking forward to listening to this because I was like, I don't want to listen to another true crime podcast. I don't want to keep hearing about murder. Like one atrocity, a week, please, because I already listened to Crime Junkie on Monday. I think it was Monday. Yeah, so I think or Tuesday, one of those days. But I actually enjoyed this podcast. I think these ladies were very humorous and easy to listen to. So let me read you the overview from their website on their About Us page about My Favorite Murder. My Favorite Murder is the original hit true crime comedy podcast hosted by Karen Kilgore. I'm gonna butcher her last name, and I do apologize if you ever see this, Karen Kilgore and Georgia Hardstark. Since its inception in January 2016, the show has broken global download records and sparked an enthusiastic and dedicated community of listeners, aka Murderinos. All right, Murderinos. Shout out to the Murderinos. In 2018, Karen and Georgia founded the podcast network Exactly Right Media, which has since grown to host 15 new shows and acquired podcasts, many of which regularly appear on Apple Podcasts charts. For the past 4 years, every show on their My Favorite Murder live tour has been sold out. Their hit dual memoir, Stay Sexy, Don't Get Murdered. That's a nice title. Stay Sexy, Don't Get Murdered became an instant #1 New York Times bestseller. And they've been featured in Entertainment Weekly, Forbes, The Atlantic, Elle, Rolling Stone, Entertainment Tonight, and more. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And shout out to this book, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered. That's what I try to do every day. I used to watch murder documentaries. We all do, man. We're all murder junkies, apparently. This is what human beings like to listen to. I did a whole thought process on the psychology of it the other day. I gave my thoughts on that. But so that's their website. So I listened to the episode called High Five Halloween. High Five Halloween. And it's true what they say. This is a more comedic take and more lighthearted. High Five Halloween was their Halloween episode. It was very lighthearted. I don't know if the other episodes get more dark and more serious, but these ladies had a lot of fun, and I enjoyed listening to their banter about these things. So one of them essentially reads the story, I guess from another website or wherever their source is, and then the other one just kind of comments on it, and then they kind of both just go in on it, on the topic. They start off casually with asking how your week been. I think they were talking to their producer, and their producer's car got told or whatever for not having the inspection stickers on it or whatever. But this was a lot less scripted. It was a lot more humor. And like I said, these ladies started off very casually. You feel like this is like one of those memes where you say, hey, I'm part of the podcast. I'm sitting here on my couch listening to these ladies, but it feels like I'm in the room with them. I feel like I'm just sitting down, hanging out with them at a coffee shop as they're discussing these topics, which is, that's what podcasting is, baby. You're part of you're part of the story. You're taking part of it. You're sitting and listening to it, right? One of the downsides I see, and I get it, because it's because they're part of a podcasting network. They are a lot of ads in the podcast, which is common. It is mondo common. Yeah, so understandably there would be a lot of ads there, right? Understandably, but it kind of takes me out of it though. And I wish that ads only appeared in the beginning or at the end of a podcast, because once I'm in the zone listening to a story, and then there's a break, and I got to listen to, hey, check out this other podcast, or, oh, go check out HelloFresh, or, oh. And, the thing is, it's like you hear the same ads in everywhere, like in YouTube and podcasts, anywhere else where there's ads. You get the Raid Shadow Legends, you get the HelloFresh, the Dollar Shave Club, or whatever it's called, Manscaped. And it's like, at some point hearing it so much, you just kind of like phase out of it. You're like, I've heard this thing a million times already. And I guess the psychology of ads is like it's like Chinese water torture. They're going to keep feeding you this ad until you buy it. And it's like, how many things have I actually brought off of like listening to an ad over and over? I've never tried Raid Shadow Legends. And these are just the ads that come to mind immediately. These aren't the ads particularly that played during this show, but the internet has become so ad heavy. It's like, oh, you're killing me. Like, I get you can pay for a premium and not have to listen to ads. Like, you pay for YouTube Premium, or you pay for I don't know, Spotify. I pay for Spotify, so I don't get ads on Spotify. Thank God. But yeah, like there's so many ads on the internet. So many ads. But yeah, the ladies were discussing on this episode, getting back to the podcast topic, people digging up the remains of mummies to sell to painters, because painters wanted that particular dirt brown color for painting. So there are like some classical paintings out there somewhere in the world where for the color brown they use mummy remains. And I'm like, this is an interesting topic, man. I'm not gonna lie. These ladies got me interested over here. Mummy remains for the color brown. They were also discussing like the bubonic plague, the Black Plague, that ravaged Europe during the Middle Ages. This is like the biggest pandemic the world still has ever seen. They're just going into it like telling how dark it was and whatever. Yeah, insurance ads as well. Yeah, so I really enjoyed all the topics they covered this episode. I really did. Even hearing about the producer losing his car for not having the inspection sticker. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. And I really didn't look for. But I guess it's because it's comedy. I kind of can lean into it a little more. But I'm not the guy that watches like the horror docs a lot, or watches unsolved mysteries on TV back in the day. This is more like DX's cup of tea. Watching the more serious ones. But a lighthearted jazz like this, I actually enjoyed this a lot. I actually did enjoy it. And I would actually listen to it again. I won't lie. I kind of feel like I'm there more for the banter than the story. Even though the topics are, at least this episode, I've only listened to one episode so far. So, if the show was completely different, on a different episode, then I might be completely wrong. Off of this one episode, I really did enjoy it. Yo, this guy doesn't stop working. Yo, we got Matt Zaytoon in the building. Make some noise. Busy like a bee, bro. I want to be seeing you tonight, too. And I'm going to be a prototype this weekend. Guys, if you're watching, go to Matt's YouTube channel. He's got some cool videos up there. I actually was watching a lot of your videos, bro. And really did enjoy watching the premiere for your episode last night with you, bro. Yeah, you gotta stay busy like a bee, bro. Busy like a bee. I actually have pumpkin spice inside of this cup. And I never had tried pumpkin spice my entire life. Every winter, I hear all the hype for pumpkin spice this, pumpkin spice that. I have only had pumpkin pie. I've never had anything spiced by a pumpkin. But this stuff is good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I am staring at this cup thinking, wow, you went 33 years of life without trying any drink that's pumpkin flavored. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I really did. But, I'm a pumpkin head now. Figuratively and metaphorically. And, inner white women vibes. Yeah, I'm going to call the cops on you, Matt. You better stop playing with me. I'm kidding. But yes, indeed. Yo, pumpkin spice latte. I'm definitely there. But yes, guys. So, to kind of like wrap it all up in a bowl, I would definitely recommend My Favorite Murder podcast. I think they're hilarious. I like listening to their banter. I think the topics they choose are awesome. So yeah, definitely go check them out. Good vibes all around. And I did not go into this thinking I was gonna like this podcast. I did not go into this with the thought process like, hey, I was dreading listening to another true crime podcast. But this was actually funny. This one was actually funny, and the topics they chose are actually interesting. Like I said, using mummy remains being sold to painters just so they can get the exact color brown that they wanted. Marv going to drink his pumpkin spice latte from now on. Until it goes out of season, right? This thing is only seasonal, right? It's only a seasonal thing, so I don't know how much pumpkin spice I'm gonna get for the rest of the year. But I've been on a pumpkin spice kick, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, Bravehearts. Uncle Marv doesn't sit up here and lie. If I'm drinking pumpkin spice, I'm gonna own up to it. I'm probably gonna bring Matt some pumpkin spice latte when I go to his go to Prototype this Saturday. But Matt, you're doing like a little press tour. You was on the live from Bravery. Now you're gonna be live from Mina, live with Mina over here. And what's next, bro? What's next on the tour? Gonna see you on Joe Rogan next. Matt on Joe Rogan would be awesome. I would love to hear Matt on the Joe Rogan podcast over here. What is he? What drug does he do? CMT or whatever? Yeah, I would love to see you on that podcast, bro. Yo, before Christmas drinks. Yeah, 2 to 3 months. We're gonna see Matt on Joey Diaz, then Rogan, Opie and Anthony. You just do a whole press tour, bro. Do a whole press tour. But yeah, that encapsulates my review for this podcast. Once again, the true crime stuff is not really my cup of tea. The humor sold it for me. But definitely would recommend this one just for the humor. So up next, it's Thursday, so that means that up next on Monday when we return, I have to sit through an episode of the Ben Shapiro podcast. And if you think I was dreading this, oh my God, I'm going to sit through a Ben Shapiro podcast episode. And I have to speak on that for like half an hour. Well, I did say I'm going to review the top 10 podcasts in the world. And Ben Shapiro's up next. So I'm preparing myself mentally and physically. And not that I have anything... It's just I just don't like. I'm not a political person, so I just don't. I don't have any opinions politically in any direction whatsoever, any leanings. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm there for more like the production. Is it entertaining? Can you watch it if you're not into anything that he's talking about? Can you just listen to him speak? So that's gonna be interesting. Let's see what I walk away with there. At that point. Let's see what I walk away with there. But yeah, that's Monday, guys. That's Monday. This weekend, I actually have 2 interviews scheduled. We have Marcy coming to the studio on Saturday from the Comadre podcast. You know, another Dominican podcaster. I'm trying to find all the Dominican podcasters out there. And then I got to head over to Prototype at 6 p.m. to interview The Way the Whiskey, John. So, I also put on Instagram today the schedule for all the next upcoming episodes. I think I have like 10 episodes scheduled already, edited and scheduled. And with these 2 more, it's going to be 12. And I think my last interview for the year is on December 3rd. So by that point, I would have accumulated enough episodes to kind of take a break for a while from interviewing people, which I love. I'm like, hey, I'm going to take a whole month off. And I'm still going to have episodes releasing so that I don't have to worry about like, hey, I got to rush this edit or rush this promotion. I can also schedule all the promoting also. So yeah, I'm Mondo looking forward to capping off the year at the beginning of December. That's the last interview, beginning of December. But I'm also working on a big fish too. I'm trying to get probably a very famous Pattersonian here to the studio. A man who's had a movie made about him where he's played by Johnny Depp, and Al Pacino was there too. So I'm trying to get this man to the studio. I got a response and okay from him. But now I guess I'm going through his manager or someone else that he had requested me to speak to. So usually the managers are the harder part. So let's hope I can get this man here, because this will be the biggest interview I would have conducted thus far when it happens. And working hard at it. I actually got to send a follow-up email today because I didn't get a response yet. So working hard on that. But yeah, Bravehearts, that's what I got for you today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen the Matt Zaytoon interview yet, go over and listen to that. This is it's a hell of an interview. Matt did his thing up there, and enjoy your weekend. On top of all that, man. Also, this Saturday we have the interview dropping with the cats from Memphis. Shout out to Ash Leon. Shout out to Spec, and shout out to Austin Cruz. These guys were on a tour. You know, they had come from Memphis and they were touring Jersey, and they stopped here at Bravery. I got to get an interview from them and the guy to see what they all came with. First people from Memphis I'd ever met in my life. So interviewing them was awesome. So I that's dropping this Saturday. You'll be seeing promotion for that today and tomorrow as well. But how you doing, Tamika, my love? But yes, Bravehearts, thank you for stopping by. Just a little short episode today, but like I said, Monday, I got to prepare myself mentally for that Ben Shapiro review. Woo. But all right, Bravehearts, thank you for stopping by. You know, you guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Boy, do I appreciate that. And I'll catch you Monday or Saturday if you're watching live from Bravery Studios. But all right, Bravehearts, stay brave and keep on keeping on. Peace.